Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Capital A Trading and welcome to another episode of my Forex Weekly. If you caught last week's, you'll know the importance of this week's. There were some great moves on the CAD Swiss franc and USD Swiss franc and the Euro pound. Be sure to check out the analysis I'm about to go through now. So if you're new to this and not quite sure what it is, I'm just going to analyze the charts, look at the best investment opportunities for the week and bring them to you. So if you trade, if you invest, hit that subscribe button in the bottom right corner. Stay up to date with the channel. There's a lot of exciting content coming from now until around the end of March. With that being said, if you want to learn more, if you want to gain access to my Discord, check out my website www.capitalatrading.co.uk. You can find out tons of information on there and of course how to get access to that Discord. With that being said, let's get straight into the fundamentals.
Okay, guys, as always, it's important to check out that news before the trading week just to see where you might get them spikes, that impactful moments. Monday, I'm going to just mention now, I'll be watching the pound just after the London Open, but again, nothing really to worry about. I don't think there's going to be any spikes or anything crazy on Monday. So we'll let Monday play out, let the market kind of set up and get ready for the week. Tuesday, just after the London Open, well, in between the London Open and the New York Open, there's a Bank of England's Ramsden speech. Again, I don't really know what that's going to do, but I'll be watching, I'll be monitoring, I'll be seeing how it affects the pound. Wednesday, we'll switch our focus to the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar. They've got their interest rate decision. It's going to be a night thing for us UK people. Thursday, I'll switch my focus to the US dollar just after the New York Open. Again, for the rest of the week, I'm not really expecting much more. Again, I'll focus on the US dollar on Friday. But other than that, there's not much news this week, so we can look to see some trends flowing in the market. Hopefully there can be some good positions where we can catch on to. So with that, let's get into the charts. Before we get into the currencies, I'm going to take you through gold, the US 30 and the UK 100. They all done some interesting things last week. And now I'm just going to show you what I believe the move is going to come from this week. I'm looking at gold here. I'm on a weekly time frame. You can see that it's coming back towards a key selling area. It's coming back to the key number, the 1900 mark. And as I just break down the time frames here, I'll explain what I'm seeing. It's this candle here that I believe price is interacting with, which is bang on the 1900 mark, that key number. As I just come down to the 4 hour now, you can see that on Thursday, Friday, price just continuously stuck underneath that 1900 mark. And it does look like, for those who would know, that a contract is being made there. It does look like price is struggling. And I'm just going to monitor that at the start of the week just to see if it's going to bring that push to the downside. A nice simple target towards 1850. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be gold. Keep an eye on that 1900 mark. If it starts to go higher, the trade's invalid straight away. But if it sticks here at the start of the week, I'll be monitoring it and see if we can get that push to the downside. That'll be gold. Next up is going to be the US 30. I mentioned this a couple weeks back now, and it was the sell from the 36,200 mark just up here. As I'm looking at price action now, I do believe something's happened around the 3,500 mark. The key number, again, it looks like something's been created in this area. They've come back to it, and then later in the week, they've started to make their progression to the downside. So all I'm going to do is watch if price gets back up towards that 3,500 mark, look for the signs of struggle, look for the wiki candles, and then look to get a position to hopefully ride to the downside, hopefully taking out this low somewhere around the 33 mark. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be US 30. Last but not least, again, another one that we've been hunting down a lot recently. Again, it's still respecting the area. So I'm going to have a look at it again this week. And it's just, again, simply like the US 30, the 7600, 7640, round about here. Again, I'm seeing some interactions. I'm seeing things where I can see the market makers have been in this area. And I just want to see price get back up there, struggle, show me the signs that an entry is happening. And then hopefully the push to the downside will come. That's the 7600 mark. That's going to be the UK 100. If you haven't already got access to my Discord channel, do so now, where I'll be updating this throughout the week. Okay, we'll just start off with the success stories from last week. This was the CAD Swiss franc. Again, I was mentioning that 73 level, the key number. We saw some institutional play. I'll just quickly give it to you here on the hour. I want to show you how at 8 o'clock in the morning, price came up, hit the 73 mark, bang on, right there at the top of that blue candle. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 p.m. New York Open now, and they've also got in on the party. And as you can see from that moment there, that morning, price has shot down for the rest of the week. Again, a very successful story. If you haven't got access to my Discord, this is the reason why I am stressing to you to get it right now. This was mentioned throughout the week. I was talking about the area, talking about the level, and as you can see, it started to extend away very well, and now we're all the way down there. That was the CAD Swiss franc. This week, I'll just be watching to see if it gives a retest towards the 72,600. I have got a few positions in here, and I'm just managing them right now. That was the CAD Swiss franc. Another successful one was the USD Swiss franc. This was mentioned around a week ago, and it was this level here around the 92,600. We've seen price struggling, hitting into it many times, and it started to progress late in the week last week. Again, this was also mentioned inside the Discord channel. So if you haven't got access to that, send me an email. That's capitalatrading@hotmail.com. I'll be happy to send you the link. First up, first thing I've got my eye on, my main focus is going to be the USD CAD. Again, very simple to understand. Look how many times it's hit off this 127,800, 128 mark, and it just keeps respecting the area. Again, all I'm going to do is monitor at the start of the week, look for that same sign of struggle, and then I'll be happy to take a position. Be aware, this may dip, this may have had its fun now, and it may decide to dip the area, but the area has been played so many times and respected. I do believe it's got to be a main focus. It's got to be something that's worth taking. So keep an eye on that one. It's going to be the USD CAD. I do believe between the 127,800 to 128, the price has respected the area for a good month and a bit now. So again, let's see if it does it again. That's going to be the USD CAD. Next up is going to be the pound USD. The first thing I want you to do is look at this daily picture. Look at the 136 level, 136,500. Give it a bit of space to breathe. And just basically price has been respecting this area and having little pushes to the downside. I think it's going to be ready to take off soon. This is the candle I believe they're respecting. So this is the area, this is the scenario that is playing off. And I just want to see, if I break down the time frame, I just want to see price come back up towards that 136, 136,200. Show me what you're doing with this candle, preferably around the session time. So like I just showed you with the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock to the 1 o'clock thing, if I see that happening at this level, I'll be happy to take a position at any point this week. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the pound USD. And very similar is going to be the pound AUD. Now, again, we've got some news in the middle of the week surrounding the Australian dollar. We've also got some news surrounding the pound. All I'm looking at on this one is the 1.90 level. I have a nice little gap here. I've got the scenario of where I can see they've done something. They've manipulated the market at that level. Price has been hanging around underneath it for a little while. I'm just looking to see it spike up into that area. Show me the struggle. Show me that sign again, and I'll be happy to take a position around the 190 mark. So keep an eye on them two together. It's going to be the pound USD and the pound AUD. Okay, listen up. Here comes another main focus for the week. I've had the pound Swiss franc slapping this area on numerous occasions, as you can see here, for around 10 days. Price has just been hitting up into this level and showing the signs of struggle. That part's definitely clear. What I believe now is that a contract's being made, and I think the push is eventually going to come. So as we just look at this 4-hour time frame now, as I break down the area a little bit more, I'm just going to be monitoring this piece of action that happened on Friday. It's around the 125,500, let's say to the 126. Give it a bit of space to breathe. I do believe we're going to see the Swiss franc power away from this area, at least heading maybe towards the 123 level. So a nice big target. Keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the pound Swiss franc. And now slightly different. This is the pound CAD. Now the CAD has been very weak. The Swiss franc, of course, I've had a lot of success with that, and it's been battering it. So if I start to see something different here, now what I mean by this is I'm looking at pound strength, whereas on the last trade, I was looking at pound weakness. If price does start to come down towards here at the start of the week, it's the 172 that's been brought to my attention. It looks like it's been manipulated clearly by the big banks. And I just want to see if price does get back towards there, if we get the same type of struggle, and then the buy push, at least maybe towards the 174, 175. Keep an eye on that. That's going to be the pound CAD. Next up is going to be the pound yen. Again, this was brought to my attention on Friday. I was actually talking to one of my students doing a lesson in the morning, and we was actually looking at this 157 area on the pound yen. Price come up at 8 in the morning, hit into it, and started to show struggle at 9. At that point there, I literally said to my student, I believe this is going to continue down for the rest of the day, and it does extends around 70 pips. So all I'm going to look at this week is that area, that scenario. Them two candles are going to stand out to me. I just want to see price get back up there and then start to struggle and make a move down again. That'll be the 156.800 to the 157 mark. If it goes above this level, the trade will become invalid. So I can have a nice small risk, a nice good entry, and hopefully there's a target around 155 that price can at least get to. So keep an eye on that one. That's going to be the pound yen. The next one I want to talk about is the AUD USD, very similar looking to the pound USD. This one, simple again. There's a nice key number. It's the 72 mark. As I start to break it down, I just want to see price, as you can see, got towards the 72 mark on Friday and shot down, creating a small little gap right on the 72 mark. So it tells me that something's been manipulated, something's happened in that area. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. Keep an eye on the 72 mark AUD USD. Next up is going to be the AUD Swiss franc. I've been mentioning this area recently in a few of the videos, and it's the 66,400 to the 66,600. It's quite clear to see that price is struggling to go higher than this level. As I break it down, it looks like a contract was formed last week. It looks like on Friday they've come in, hit the area, and started to show the strength. So again, I'm just looking to see price not go higher than this level. So if a sell position can be put on, preferably at the 66,600, the higher the better. I do believe this area will be respected and we'll see some continued strength in the Swiss franc. The reason I'm saying this is because I've had a lot of success last week on the CAD Swiss franc. Hopefully it will show its hand here now as well on the AUD Swiss franc. Keep an eye on the 66,600 to the 66,400. Okay, last but not least, it's the euro pound. Again, for those of you who follow me, you'll know we've had a lot of success on this chart for a good year now. About a week ago, I mentioned there being a sell around the 84,700 to the 85 mark. We've had price just continuously shoot down. Again, if you haven't got access to my Discord, this was mentioned there last week. Again, send me an email, capitalatrading@hotmail.com. I'll be happy to send you the link where you can get access to my updates throughout the week, where I can show you where a trading opportunity is about to kick off. Back to the euro pound. It's been continuously moving to the downside. I'm just going to monitor this area here around the 83,800 to the 84 mark. If I see price come back up towards there, start to struggle, I do believe it's going to wipe out this area. I know people have been mentioning this level here. I don't think price is going to hold up. The pound's been very strong, and we've got that news at the start of the week with that speech. We don't know how it's going to go, but I believe the pound will get stronger and continue pushing. So keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye on the 84 to the 83,800 mark. If it does come back up towards there, give a sign of a retest. I think we're going to get a push away from there. It looks like a contract has been left at that point. Keep an eye on that one. It's the euro pound.
Okay, guys, that's all from me this week. Again, keep an eye on a few of them pairs, monitor them, write down the areas that I've told you to keep an eye on, see how they progress throughout the week. So again, if you need help, if you want some access to my Discord channel, send me an email to capitalatrading@hotmail.com. I'll be happy to send you the link from there. With that being said, I just want to say a quick shout out to my website, www.capitalatrading.co.uk. If you want to take your skills further and learn more with me through my mentorship program, you can read more about it on there. And again, like I've mentioned, that's how you're going to get access to the Discord. Have a great trading week.
Bye, have a great time.